Kaya Chakshun Malatam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master was kind and opened my eyes with a shining torchlight of transcendental knowledge. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances to his lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hmm.
Where are we up to?
That's a good question. So we're just begun the 10th chapter.
We finished that chapter 1, purport and all. It's
Text 1.
like a
Text
text 2.
Yep, text 2.
Text 2.
So you were continuing our reading of Bhagavad Gita from chapter 10, entitled The Opulence of the Absolute. Text number 2.
I reckon
So
text 3 will be important in every chapter. Text 3 in every chapter should be important because everything comes in the three guna, rajas, tamas, and then goodness, and 3 Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Everything is come in 3.
That's true, but everything that Krishna says or the pure devotee says is important. Everything. Like Prabhupada said, every word in the Bhagavad Gita is spiritual, and the Srimad Bhagavatam, like that, every word is transcendental. He said, if someone reads one verse of the Bhagavad Gita, their life will become completely successful, perfect. Then he said, even half a verse, which is 2 lines.
Yeah.
And then he said even 1 line. And then he said even 1 word. Even 1 word from Bhagavad Gita, their life will become successful. Because they're actually coming in touch with Krishna, because these are obviously Krishna's words. So they're coming in contact with Krishna. Just like if you say Krishna, it means you've come in contact with Krishna. So the same.
Where is the Radha word come from? Radha. Where that come from? Radha.
Radha comes from the Sanskrit word aradhana. Aradhana means worship.
Yeah?
Means worship.
Okay.
So her name is connected from that she's the best worshipper of Krishna. So that person who is the best worshipper of Krishna is known as Radha. So it comes from the word aradhana, means worship, to worship. Yeah, so she is the best worshipper of Krishna. She knows how to please Krishna more than anyone else.
Even Mother Yashoda as well, more than Yashoda.
Even more, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Highest position.
Highest position, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, just to recap on last week. So text 1 was last week. So we explained about Arjuna's mighty arms. So, that's the qualification of a Kshatriya. You have to be physically strong. If, I was telling you, right, about Prabhupada would joke around about like lady law enforcement people and like that if they're not physically strong, how are they going to protect the society? So Arjuna's got mighty arms. So this is the quality of Kshatriya. Very strong and also very courageous. In the modern wars, there's a phenomena that a lot of the soldiers run away on the battlefield. That's not a Kshatriya. Kshatriya, a real warrior, will never run away on the battlefield. They would never want to be shot in the back, which indicates they're running away. But all the modern day soldiers, Prabhupada said they're like Sudras. So they're just like Sudras. They don't have the qualities of a Kshatriya. A real Kshatriya, we looked at that, remember, in the beginning of the 18th chapter, the qualities of the different Varnas. So one of them is courage. They're very strong and they have courage. So Arjuna's definitely fits the bill there. But like I said, that's not the main reason why Krishna's speaking the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Not just because he's physically strong. That's not the qualifications to get God's association and for God to talk to you. The main qualification to talk with God is like it says here, because you are my dear friend. So to develop that loving friendship with Krishna, this is the main qualification. And like I said, we looked at that verse, I think 1855, that Krishna is only understood by devotional service. That's the only way to understand Krishna. So because Arjuna is a devotee, he's engaged in devotional service, therefore Krishna is revealing himself to Arjuna, and through Arjuna he's revealing himself to all of us. So this is the criteria to understand God, is that we have to engage in God's service, through service. And that's natural, just like we're not going to reveal our intimate secrets to a stranger. But if someone renders very nice service to us for a long period of time, we develop some trust that they really love me, they really care about me, and they're rendering nice service, then we'll open up and like that. So that's exactly the same principle with Krishna. And then, then I think Gulshan, you asked a question. I don't think I fully answered it. Your question was, because it's saying here that I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. And I think you asked, how is it that this knowledge can be better than already before? So better means that not necessarily the knowledge is better, but that it can be better for us at the level we're at, more easily understandable for us. Like just like if you're 10 years old at school, which knowledge is better? The knowledge which is given at university when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, or the knowledge suitable for that 10-year-old? Which knowledge is better?
Obviously suitable for 10-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, in one sense, you could say then the university knowledge is better, but if you can't understand it, then what's the point of that knowledge? It's not going to help at all. So that Krishna's explaining the knowledge in a better way to help us understand, because we're lay people, we're ignorant. So he's explaining it as time goes on in ways that are more better for us to understand, that we're in the mode of ignorance, we're in Maya, we're in the material world. And if we look at the beginning, what's that?
Yeah. Krishna's knowledge can be understand for any age or any religion or any country or any caste or any religion, any color people. It does not really, whether you tell the Bhagavad Gita to 10-year-old or 20-year-old, 40-year-old, 60-year-old, it'll explain to everyone.
Well, yeah, but it's actually very high knowledge, that God, for example, God is a person. How many people can understand that God is a person? They normally, if they do believe in God at all, they'll think God is just energy. And, even understanding that the first thing that Krishna teaches, which is we're not the body, we're a spirit soul, put up your hand if you can fully understand that in 5 minutes. We've been identifying with this body for life after life, that I'm a Kiwi, I'm an Aussie, I'm an Indian, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm black, I'm white, I'm a dog. Try to get, like, I've got a dog, right? Do you think I can get it through to my dog that he's a spirit soul, that he's not a dog?
I think that the tin will apply, that anyone will do render service with a love. Krishna will give you understanding to understand the Bhagavad Gita, whether it's any age. If it's a 15-year-old boy wants to be loved with a love, and Krishna will give you understanding.
Yeah, but how do you get, the point is, how do you get to the person to that point where he's going to serve God? Well, like if you ask the general person, chant Hare Krishna, they're going to say, no, I'm not going to chant Hare Krishna.
Somehow
like if you say read the Bhagavad Gita, but they don't want to read the Bhagavad Gita. I mean, how do you get the person to that first stage where they are going to engage in devotional service?
Yeah, that's the association.
And that's why we have to, like what I deal with the people here, I just explain real basic stuff. And that attracts their attention because I'm talking about living more in harmony with nature and a more peaceful life, and it's good for your health and everything. And they can relate to that stuff and they go, yeah, I like this. I want to know more about this. And, so you've got to present it in a way that they can digest.
You
If
have to
I
be
told
get to
them you're
their
not the
level.
body, you're a spirit, soul, and Christian,
Yeah.
and God is a blue boy that plays a flute, they're going to say, this guy's a nutcase, I'm going. See you later.
You
know what I mean?
Where they're at.
Yeah, according to
Yeah,
where they're at. And that's what
level.
Krishna's indicating here, that
Yeah.
he's giving the knowledge according to where Arjuna's at and where we're at, like that. Because actually the best knowledge is already given in the 9th chapter.
Yeah.
So, but what is saying it's better here, but better for us because we're not ready for pure devotional service. Like that for most of us. So like that, we need to be convinced more that Krishna is God before we can engage in pure devotional service. And what's this chapter about? The opulences of God. So that if we understand more about the different opulences of God, then wow, Krishna's not an ordinary blue boy with a flute. He's actually supremely opulent. He's unlimitedly beautiful, unlimitedly knowledgeable, unlimitedly wealthy, unlimitedly famous. So these are the opulences, right? Unlimitedly detached. So if we understand more about these different energies and opulences of God, then we'll become attracted to then do devotional service, which is actually the best, like that. So yeah, best meaning it's best for us where we're at. The knowledge for a 10-year-old is better knowledge for a 10-year-old than for a university student, even though you could say university knowledge is better knowledge, but it's not better knowledge for a 10-year-old because they're not going to understand it.
The
So
level.
better knowledge means what you can digest, what you can understand. And just to prove that point, let's go to the first verse of the 14th chapter. And this is not a very elevated subject. It's the 3 modes of material nature. It's not dealing with Krishna's playing with the cowherd boys and girls in the spiritual world, lifting Govardhan Hill and killing Aghasura. It's just dealing with the 3 modes of material nature. But what does Krishna say? You can read that verse.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, again, I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection.
And then you could think, how can this be? That Krishna's saying this is the best of all knowledge. In the Sanskrit, jnanam uttamam. Jnana means knowledge and uttamam means the best. So the supreme. So you can think, that doesn't make sense. How can knowledge of the 3 modes of material nature be the supreme knowledge? I thought devotional service was the supreme knowledge. It is. However, if you're in the 3 modes of material nature, if you're in ignorance and passion, the best knowledge for you in ignorance and passion is the knowledge how to get out of ignorance and passion, how to come to the mode of goodness. And then even when you're in the mode of goodness, how to rise above goodness. But if you're in ignorance and passion, pure devotional service isn't going to make any sense whatsoever, and you're not going to be able to do it. And like that, the first thing is we need to come out of ignorance and passion. Then you need knowledge of how to get to the mode of goodness. And then you need to know how to get from the mode of goodness to transcendence, which is called Shuddha Sattva, means pure goodness. But you have to go from passion and ignorance to goodness and goodness to pure goodness. But we need knowledge of how to rise above the modes. First of all, we need to know what the 3 modes are and how they affect us, how they may cause us suffering and how they bind us. And then once you know how we're bound up by these 3 modes, then we can learn the process of how to get released from these 3 modes. Because actually the modes of nature in Sanskrit is called, I wonder if it's here in this verse. The word's not mentioned in this verse. Guna is probably written in some of the other verses because it's about 3 modes. So the Sanskrit word for the modes of material nature is guna. And so guna means mode, but it also interestingly, it means rope. So guna means rope. as well as mode. So why are the three modes of material nature described as ropes? Because what can a rope do to you? What can you do with a rope?
Find somebody. Find.
You can tie someone up. You can tie someone up. So the soul gets tied up by the gunas, by these like ropes. And there's three ropes. You know, the rope of ignorance and the rope of passion, the rope of goodness. And we get tied up by these ropes. And then you can combine those different ropes. You can mix the ignorance with passion, and you can mix the passion with goodness. What's that?
I've got that.
You got that rope, have you? You got two ropes.
Yeah.
You know, so you can mix them in different ways. And Prabhupada explained from the mixing of these three modes, that's how you get, this is amazing, 8,400,000 species. We might wonder, why is it 8,400,000 species? It's just because of combining those three modes in different ways. And Prabhupada gives a brilliant example. There's three primary colors, like Gulshan's saying everything comes in three. So also the colors is just three. Do you know what the three main colors are?
Red and green and yellow. Blue? Oh, no. Green, red.
Huh?
I'm
Aren't you
colorblind.
saying red, blue, and yellow? Oh yeah, blue and yellow will make green.
Of course, you're gonna take her words because she's your wife, of course.
No, I mean I can't remember
what
they are, but I'm just going by what you're all saying. But I definitely remember Prabhupada gave this example. There's three primary colors, and just by mixing those three colors, you can create so many colors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Purple, indigo, so many lime,
Orange
green,
and
orange, and pink, and whatever. You can create so gray. It's just by mixing those three primary colors together. So in the same way, by the mixing of those modes, you end up with a dog. So a dog is a particular combination of those three modes, and a cow and an ostrich and a peacock and a fly and a worm and a human being, and then an uncivilized human being and a civilized human being and a demigod. Like demigod is primarily just the mode of goodness. There's not much ignorance and passion there, and you end up with a demigod like that. And a human being often is a lot of passion there, a lot of passion, and ignorance is more. Some are, but there's predominantly goodness and a little bit of passion. And animals have more ignorance, and and depending on whether it's a fish, will have more ignorance than an insect, and an insect.
What I
like
think,
that.
you mentioned that 8,400,000 species. I think 8,400,000 species I can see in the human as well, because some of them they have got a tiger nature, some of them has got a fox nature, some of them has got a cow's nature. So they are in there as well. Don't you think so?
No, there's 400,000 different species of humans. 400,000, some more
like,
civilized, some less
sometimes,
civilized.
This Bhakti Mala like a cow. She's like, and it's in nature is
I'm
like
not
very,
sure
very.
how to take that.
No, you're very calm. You're never aggressive.
Oh,
never angry.
so that's complimentary. He's saying in a complimentary way.
Yeah.
That you're very calm and peaceful.
Yeah, and then maybe Abe Prabhu will be like a something like those who are inquisitive. Who's that inquisitive? Like a meerkat.
He's saying it. He's calling me a meerkat.
But what are you doing, son?
I'm gonna find out. I'm a crab actually. If I can put if somebody comes in my somebody comes my territory, I put my inside there. Like no, I don't want to. So I'm just a crab. So everybody has got their nature. Some they are fox, some they like a cat, some like a dog, and Jayanti like a very loyal. She's like a dog.
He's saying you're like a dog because you're very loyal. One thing I can say Gulshan has is very fertile brain.
Yes.
Who gave this brain? Krishna? Krishna is the one giving the brain, and that's a generation.
Yeah, so
come back to the
that's all right. That's all right. But yeah, getting back to what we're saying, so just Krishna's saying here, this is the best knowledge in the beginning of the 14th chapter. Because best from our point of view, where we're in the modes, so the knowledge of understanding the modes is best for us because we're in the modes. If you're beyond the modes, then this wouldn't be the best knowledge. You know, then, like, what have we passed through? The 12th chapter is pure devotional service. So in one sense, actually, the 12th chapter is the best knowledge because it's talking about pure devotional service, you know, devotional service. So, but if we're not at that level where we've surrendered to Krishna and we've transcended the modes, then it's not so good for us as what the modes of material nature is the first thing we need, like that. So yeah, it's relative to our position, what stage we're at. Just like I said, the knowledge at school is relative to the stage you're at. If you're at, you know, Primer 5 or Standard 2 or tertiary or postgraduate, you know, then there's knowledge that's appropriate for your level. If you're a postgraduate student, you'll have postgraduate knowledge. If you're a primary school student, you'll have primary school knowledge. You know, so the knowledge should be given appropriately to the level of the student. So same here. Krishna is tailoring the knowledge just perfect for the understanding of the audience, like that.
Hey, Prabhu, can somebody like be in the mode of goodness as in their behavior, but then within their mind be in the mode of passion or ignorance?
100%, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And interestingly, also it's mentioned that the modes, I don't know if I can find it, but in the modes, they're always moving about. It's not like static. They're always changing. So, for example, you might be in the mode of goodness in the morning, and then in the middle of the day, you might go in the mode of passion, and then the end of the day, you go in the mode of ignorance. So it's not like you're always in goodness or you're always in ignorance. So the modes are always...
Customer. If you're meeting someone, like if the customer comes and arguing at the counter and the bhakti tree, your mode has been changed.
Yeah, and that will change us according to our association. Like if you associate with someone in the mode of ignorance, then that might bring you down to the mode of ignorance. And passion, then it brings you to passion. And the other way around too. If you're in passion ignorance and you're with someone in the mode of goodness or transcendence, that, like Prabhupada, right, that brought so many up. That's how everyone came to Krishna consciousness in the early days. They came in contact with Prabhupada. They were all in ignorance and passion. Someone's there. Deepa's waiting. Oh, that's nice. Welcome to Deepa.
He was in India.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you know, we can get lifted up too if we're contacting someone in the mode of goodness or transcendence, and we can get pulled down by those that are in the lower modes. So yeah, association is very important.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
Deepa,
why whenever I'm close to Bhakti Mala, I feel like I'm a god of goodness. When I'm close to Bhakti Mala, I feel like mode of goodness.
Stop it. Stop
You're
it.
a joker.
Honestly.
Joker is in the mode of passion. Joker is in the mode of passion.
Come on, mate.
How are you, Deepa?
I am not yet. Technically, it's supposed to be making tracks tomorrow, but Krishna's really testing at every step of the way.
Oh. Okay. So your flight is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, but that I don't want to interrupt the class, but yeah, it's been one hurdle after another, and right now Ben he's at the Mata, he's receiving blood transfusion, and it's to bolster up for the trip, and I don't know.
Because he's also planning to go. Yeah,
he's going because he and Anand are going, Malaysia and Tunisia, and I'm going to India. But yeah, we're all leaving from here together, but it's been one hurdle after another. And I was saying yesterday to Atulya, I said, I don't know. I said, it feels, am I supposed to be going? Does Krishna actually want me there or not? I'm like, not sure. It's just, oh God.
Not to worry. Everything will be all right.
Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah, we can talk more afterwards, Deepa, if you're still online then.
Yep.
But yeah, let's continue now. Yeah, so let's read the verse for 10th chapter, text 2. 10th chapter, text 2. Prabhupada quoted this verse many times. Name vidu suragana.
Name vidu suragana.
Prabhavam namaharasaya.
Abhavam namaharashya.
Ahammadirhi devanam.
Ahamminadi devanam.
Maharisinam cha sarvasha.
Mahasashinam chasavasha. Neither
Yeah, so
the
this is
host of
10th chapter,
demigods.
text 2, Deepa.
Got it.
Yeah.
Neither the host of demigods nor the great sage know my origin or opulences, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and the sages.
So this is very interesting. So even the great demigods and sages. So demigods means deva, devanam, and sages is rishi. Rishi is the word for sages, and deva is the word for demigods. So even great demigods and sages, they don't understand Krishna. What to speak of, what's our position? You know, if even the great demigods and sages don't understand Krishna, then it's indicating here it's not easy to understand Krishna. Very difficult. And why? The question is, Krishna's giving some of the answer. Why is it that the demigods and sages, they can't understand Krishna? According to this verse, that's the answer is given in the verse. Saying that this verse is saying they don't know. What don't they know? Prabhavam means the origin and opulences. So they don't know the origin of Krishna, and they don't know the opulences of Krishna.
They are the demigod. Once they
I
reach
know,
the
this is
demigod,
what's
of
surprising,
course,
isn't it?
they
It's
should
surprising to hear
know that.
this.
How can
Yeah.
you get the designated
That's
demigod
right, they
and you
should.
don't know? Yeah.
They should, but there's a good reason why they don't, and that reason is given in the verse.
I think once they got the demigod, like, and then they got like, different modes, and then they forgot, like, once average person reached the demigod level because of praying the Krishna and everything, and then when he reached the level, and then he just enjoying because so many, so many milk, whatever they're eating and all that in the Swargloka and all that, and they forgot that actual Krishna, and that's why they don't understand, maybe.
I'll give you a clue.
They want to be God.
They want to
they think they are God. Although
that effect of Maya can be there. Yep, they can get proud in Maya because they're also within Maya. So everyone within the material is going to be affected by those modes. So, and part of the effect of those modes is that we're trying to be the enjoyer, we're trying to be the controller. So, we're trying to take God's position. So that's there. But there's another reason why they can't understand. And just like, I'll give you a clue. Do you understand a lot about your great grandfather?
No, I don't even know him.
You don't even know him at all. And then the next question is then, why don't you know about your great grandfather? What is the reason why you don't know about him?
Well, there is no connection in between. If my dad tell about my grandfather, but a great grandfather, no lineage, no parampara.
There is.
I know about my great grandparents because my mum tells me about them. Great.
What about the one after?
My great parents, yeah, not my great ones. I still don't understand where we're going with this.
Yeah, because Krishna was existing before anyone else. So how are you going to know where Krishna comes from? What is Krishna? Where does he live? He was existing before you came about. So how do you know about where Krishna comes from? What his origins are? You're not going to know. You know, just like you don't know about your great, 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 great grandfather because they were existing before you came along. You know a little bit about things that are existing now that you're here. So you know about your immediate relatives and friends and family and stuff because you're able to experience, where they came about. You know about your children because you're existing before your children came about. So you know where your children came from, right? But who was there to see where Krishna came from? Who was there to see how great Krishna is? We don't have any comprehension of any of those things. So even it's not surprising, like when Krishna came to this earth 5,000 years ago, Indra didn't know that Krishna's his boss. And that's why he tried to kill Krishna and all the Brajvasis by pouring the rain for 7 days. And Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill because he didn't understand that Krishna's actually his supreme boss. And why did Brahma steal the cowherd boys and calves for 1 year? He didn't understand that this can be my boss. This little blue boy who's got some butter in his left hand. You mean this is my boss? You can't understand. How can my boss be a little cowherd boy? Normally we don't have great respect for like village people, do we? Who has great respect for like villagers, that are herding cows and stuff like that? No, we think they're like low class people and primitive people and everything. Not even from a city. We think they're like uncultured or whatever like that. And so he couldn't understand how can the supreme being, the source of everything, just be a little boy with a lump of butter in one hand and having his arm around his friend like that, wandering through the forest like that. He couldn't understand because Krishna was existing before anyone else. So no one has got to see, where does Krishna come from? How does he exist? What his abilities and strengths and everything are. It's all beyond our experience. Therefore, one name of Krishna is Adhoksaja. Adhoksaja means he's beyond our senses. Beyond our senses. You can understand only things within your sense perception. Something that you can see, you can understand something. Something that you can taste, you can smell, you can hear. But Krishna's beyond our eyes, beyond the reach of our tongue and our ears and our nose and our touch and like that. He's beyond our senses, Adhoksaja. So if he's beyond our senses, how are you going to understand? So therefore, the recommendation is that you use your senses and in the service of Krishna's senses, and then your senses will become purified. So when your senses become purified by serving Krishna, when he's pleased by your service, then he reveals himself, then he purifies your senses. And I'll give you an example from the Bhagavad Gita, if we go to the 11th chapter, how Krishna can change your senses so that you can understand him. So I just got to find out where it is in the 11th chapter.
You did said when you use your senses in Krishna's service, he purifies the senses.
Correct.
So
yeah.
Then
Hrishikesha. So that's another name of Krishna, is Hrishikesha. He's the master of the senses. So we should use our senses, called Hrishikena, in the service of Hrishikesha. And then that's what bhakti is. What is bhakti? Bhakti is using your senses in the service of the master of the senses, Krishna. And then Krishna's pleased when we do that. And then he reveals himself to us. Our senses become purified. Here you go. Text 8 in the 11th chapter. 11th chapter, text 8.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Divya Chakshu.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, this is a good example how when Krishna is pleased with the devotee, he can reveal himself to the devotee. Otherwise, you can't understand. Even when Krishna was physically present on this earth, how many people understood that he was the supreme personality of Godhead? You could count them on your hands.
Very few.
Very few understood. Most people thought, oh, he's a coward boy, and then later on he went to Mathura and Dwarka. Okay, now he's become a prince, a king, like that. Oh, he's very strong, he's very powerful.
Even his own mother doesn't understand, doesn't know his son was supreme personality of Godhead.
True, but that's not because she has material senses. That is a different reason. That's Yoga Maya. That's because Krishna doesn't want to spoil that intimate love. Krishna doesn't want to spoil that intimate love. He doesn't want the devotee to just be overwhelmed by awe and reverence. Oh, this is God. I better be careful what I do. If I say the wrong thing, he might chop my head off or throw me down in hell or something. So he doesn't want the devotee to be afraid and everything like that. He wants the devotee to just have that pure love. So that's another kind of reason why, a person might not know about Krishna fully, is because it's going to spoil the love. But for in the material world, it's a different reason, because our senses are just fully materialistic. That means we use our senses for our own sense gratification. So that kind of senses is not going to be able to understand Krishna. Only when the senses are being engaged in Krishna's service, then, like I said, Krishna's pleased, and then he reveals himself, like he's revealing the Vishvarupa, the universal form. He's giving Arjuna special vision to see what? To see the universal form. So he's seeing the whole universe just in one place, standing on the battle of Kurukshetra. He can see the whole universe with all the demigods and everything, all the different planetary systems and everything just in one place. He's got like this amazing TV screen of showing him the whole universe like that. And just like, when in Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda was told that your boy's very naughty, he's eating dirt. So, Mother Yashoda looked in Krishna's mouth and she saw the whole universe inside Krishna's mouth.
And herself as well in there too.
And herself looking into Krishna's mouth, inside Krishna's mouth. So that completely blew her brain. And, but that didn't go much further, because Krishna didn't want her to lose that pure love. So he made her forget what she just seen. And then she just said, okay, Krishna, don't do that again. You be a good boy. Don't be naughty. Don't eat dirt again. Like that. So, he took away that memory of that she just seen a bewildering experience there.
Because you could never be normal again once you saw that. You just, everything would change if you saw the whole universe.
Yeah, but like I say, Krishna might remove that memory from your bank, your memory bank. Like that. Yeah. But this is why, even materially greatly, because we're talking about material qualifications here, you can't get more materially qualified persons than demigods and sages. But material qualifications not enough. Doesn't matter how much it is, not enough to understand Krishna. You need spiritual qualification, and that's devotional service. And the reason why with these material qualifications I can't understand Krishna, like I said, he's saying here, like he says, I am the source of the demigods and sages. So it means he was existing before them. So how can you understand something that was existing before you? It's like ever since the beginning of time, people have been racking their brains. How did the universe begin? So why don't they understand how the universe began? Because we weren't around. We weren't around when it began. So how the hell are you going to know how it began? Because you weren't there. If you were there, then you would know, right? And who was there? Brahma was there. So Brahma knows how the universe began. So rather than be just a completely waste our time speculating, like I used to do with my dad, would speculate about how it all began and everything, and so many things. Rather than waste your time going around in circles and arguing everything, you just need to hear from someone who was there. So that's why we have Srimad Bhagavatam, because in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's the words of Lord Brahma explaining about how the universe began. And he knows because he was there right from the beginning. In our speculation, we think that in the beginning, Big Bang, and there was nothing intelligent in the beginning, and then we've just slowly evolved and becoming more and more intelligent. Actually, we couldn't be further away from the truth. The real truth is that the most intelligent being was there right in the beginning, and slowly, like, we're becoming dumber and dumber. At Kali Yuga, right? This is where the dumbest. And then after that, we go back to Satya Yuga again, and then become, have some better intelligence and many other good qualities there. I was just reading a verse. I've been learning a verse actually from the 12th canto Bhagavatam, which explains about the symptoms of Kali Yuga. So, hang on. I'll be coming out about 5 minutes.
Visitors.
I'll help you set up. Yeah. So, in the beginning it tells about Kali Yuga in the 12th canto. So what it said there is that 12 things are reducing in Kali Yuga. Let me see. Tataschanu dinam dharma. So the first one, dharma, means religiousness. So religiousness is reducing in Kali Yuga. Satyam, Socham, Kshamadaya. Satya means truthfulness. Socham means cleanliness is reducing. Kshama means forgiveness. There's no forgiveness anymore. And Daya means mercy. Mercy is reducing. Mercifulness, kindness. Kalena balina rajanang syatyayor balam smriti. So then what else? Ayor means your lifespan is reducing. In Kali Yuga, the lifespan is reducing. They tell us at school that our lifespan is increasing. What a load of rubbish. It's actually reducing. Even in the Bible, there's a talk about some person in the Bible, that's 2,000 years ago, that would live for 900 years.
Wow.
So that was just 2,000 years ago, 900 years. 5,000 years ago, they lived for 1,000 years. Wow. They lived for 5,000. They lived for 1,000 years, 5,000 years ago. 900 years, 2,000 years ago, like that. So it's reducing. And
but the history says something different. 1,000 years ago, people are dying.
What history? They don't have any history. Western history goes back, maximum 2,000 years, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even 2,000 years. That's like nothing.
So the 1,000 years ago, like the human life was shorter, like a 40, 50.
No, they don't have any idea. They're speculating once again. There's just speculating. It's all speculating. They find a few, tools under the ground and bones under the ground, and then they come up with some theory because of a few tools, and then they'll find a few more tools and stuff, a bit later. I'll tell you what, there's so much archaeology that if it doesn't match up with what they want us to think about and know, they bury that. It's called forbidden archaeology. There's one of Prabhupada's disciples has written a book called Forbidden Archaeology. And I tell you, you'll completely change your opinion that we're just being so much cheated. They hide anything that indicates that there was very intelligent life further back in time. If it doesn't match up that there was dinosaurs and then people started walking after we were monkeys or whatever, if it doesn't match up with that, they just bury that. There's locked rooms full of the stuff, or they just burn it. And in India, you're never going to tell anything because in India they burn the bodies. So if they burn the bodies, what archaeology are you going to have for everything in India? So it's the far oldest civilization, but they're never going to find anything because everyone got burnt like that. They didn't bury people or anything like that. So yeah, it's all back to front. So most intelligent, and so lifespan reduces. Bala means strength reduces. The strength is getting less. And then smriti means memory. So these 12 things are reducing Kali Yuga, and that's the actual fact, So
They're waiting.
yeah. So Jayanti, do you want to sit down and have a chat? Just read the purport, please. So I've just got to help these people people coming to use the hot tub. So we'll just show them how that works, and then Jayanti's going to improve on what we're doing. Give a different angle, and you can just read the purport and discuss. How about that? Okay, I'll leave you in her good hands.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare.
Welcome.
Hot tub sounds interesting, isn't it?
I thought Abhay Prabhu said that Jayanti, can you read the purport to them in the hot tub? I said, what kind of purport
What
is
jokes
to
are you
read?
cracking there?
The
Hare
thing is,
Krishna.
no, Abhay Prabhu said that Jayanti, can you read the purport in the hot tub? So I thought, you going to the hot tub and reading?
What do you got? Lemons.
Yeah.
She's trying to throw it at Gulshan right now.
Yeah. Lines. But I'll just stuff up my laptop if I do that.
Have you seen the website yet, Deepa? You can see the hot tub on the website.
Oh no, I haven't been to that. No, I haven't looked.
Yeah. It looks great. You fit like 4 people in there or something. It's huge.
Wow.
And it's all surrounded by the beautiful bush.
Yeah, it's nice. Actually, we went on it only one time so far in the dead of winter, and it was evening. So we got in, and it was so nice and cozy. And we were like, this is really nice and all. And then the stars came out, and we were like, see, the stars are here, million stars and all that. This is real, not forget 5 stars. This is like million stars. Actually, there's this Mahavishnu Maharaj. He's no longer living. I mean, he's not on this planet, but anyway, he used to say, what is this 3-star, 5-star? He used to say ours is million star. So it was like that, but and then we got out of it. Oh my God, it was
Cold.
like freezing cold.
Cold as hell.
Yeah. Oh God, I was like shivering. My teeth were like chattering, and I was like, I don't think I'm going into this hot tub again.
You're not supposed to do it in the evening when it's turning night. You're supposed to go in the middle of the day, when the sun is high.
Actually, yeah, that's true. But by the time we got ready and set up and everything, it was like evening time. Yeah. So yeah, but it was a good trial. I mean, it works really well. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Does Raja try to get into it?
Oh yes, he didn't try to get into it, but we were sitting, and I was sitting with my back to the place where, the path comes to the hot tub. And sure enough, after a while, I felt there's somebody behind me. And I looked, and he's staring right into my face right there, and I'm like, oh. And it's kind of dark. He's black. And, it's like, oh, who are you? Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. No, but he didn't come. He was just curious what we were doing there.
Yeah.
It was probably too hot for him.
Yeah, I think so. I think dogs generally feel, I mean, they do feel cold also, but they can handle the cold better than humans. We think, they need to be, kept warm and everything.
The funny thing is that no matter how fast the dog can run, you cannot see a dog's face any sweat. Have you ever seen any sweat? No, dog never sweat. Have you seen any sweat? No, you cannot see.
Big questions.
But did you know? But did you know dogs sweat through their tongue?
Maybe.
Yeah. So that's why they go. They go, no? That's because they are sweating through their tongue.
I think the dog life and air life is the same. If you notice, have you seen your Vajra? We had a 1 breath, he had a 6 breath. So if we live 15-year-old, multiply by 690. So we and the dog breath are the same.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way. So that's interesting.
Yeah, take a look. Yeah, he's just a 6 breath and you have 1 breath. So if you live 15 year, equal to us, like a 90
You've
years.
counted it. You've been
Yeah, I
observing.
did. I did. Yeah.
Okay, I think let's talk about Bhagavad Gita now. Okay,
Yes.
what were you guys reading?
We're in text 10:2.
Yeah, neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages. I just feel like I've got thrown into the deep end. I don't have my wits. I don't have my wits about me.
Abhay's been talking about the different demigods, like how when Indra and Brahma didn't know that Krishna was here, and then he's been talking about purifying the senses in Krishna's service, so we can. So when we're purified, he reveals himself to us. So, and then he was sort of talking about how, and he went to chapter 11, text 8, and he was talking about how we can't see him with our present eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need the glasses.
Come back already.
You have to go to Specsaver. Get the different glasses, then you can
You need different glasses.
Yeah, from this
but to
glasses, we can't see from this glasses.
Yeah, but that's where, did you know, in the Brahma Samhita, it actually says that you need eyes anointed with the ointment of love.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
in
correct.
India, it's very common, like ladies will put that kohl.
Kajal.
Kajal, yeah. Kajal, yeah. I mean, men also, some areas men also put. And babies, they'll always put, because traditionally, even my mother was still making until quite recently also. How they traditionally make it is, now Diwali is also coming up. And you have the lamp, so the clay lamp, and in the clay lamp, they'll put some castor oil. They'll just apply castor oil, and you know the pan leaf.
Yeah.
Pan leaf, yeah. So that pan leaf, beetle leaf, it's called. Bhakti Bala, you may not know, but if you maybe vaguely remember, in India, there were lots of places where people would have spat red, like there was like, they chew tobacco, or they'll the beetle nut and the pan leaves, and then they'll go pee, and they'll they'll just spit out, and they'll make mess everywhere. But I mean, the pan leaf, there's nothing wrong with the pan leaf. Actually, that's not considered an intoxicant. You can eat it, and it's got a lot of very healthy properties. Great for digestion, great for stomach ulcers or those kind of things. And this ointment that you make for the eyes, it's great for the eyes. It actually brings luster, all that, but also maintains the eye quality in a very for a prolonged fashion, you could say. So traditionally people would put this um eyeliner, okay, but how they make it is, so in this clay lamp, they'll rub this beetle leaf and castor oil together, and then like this, okay, so this is the lamp, so they're rubbing on the sides like that, and then they'll burn another lamp and put this lamp on top like this, okay, slightly covered, so that the bottom lamp is still burning, but the top lamp, because of the oil, it'll gather soot. You understand? It's starting to become black. And because there is a lot of castor oil and that betel leaf mixture on it, it'll keep gathering soot and then it'll become like a nice black ointment. So traditionally, they make that ointment and they'll apply in the eyes. And now, I mean, of course, they sell eyeliners and kajal and all that, but it's all, I don't know what they are putting in it, you know. Unless maybe in India you're buying it from a like an Ayurvedic place or something, maybe then they'll be
I'll be back up to move my car. I'll be back.
okay.
Okay,
So
I'll be back.
so in the Brahma Samhita, there is one verse, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. So in that it says to so to see the Lord, you actually need eyes anointed with the salve of love. Okay, so for us to see nicely, we are putting kajal. Actually, kajal is not just an eye decoration, but it's more to improve the health of the eyes. And castor oil is very good for that. But to see God, you actually need eyes of love. Actually, when we read these verses and all, we think, oh, yeah, all that is fine. But practically, when you start practicing, and then we see whether we really have eyes of love, you know. Actually, I find the Krishna consciousness process is very, actually very scientific only, because you can through the different verses and the texts, whether in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, other scriptures, you can actually judge for yourself where you are. You know, you don't need to prove to anybody what kind of a devotee you are, or how high or low or whatever you are, you know, because ultimately this journey is for each of us to get to the goal, the ultimate goal of reaching Krishna. And Krishna knows everything because he's in our heart. So he knows our sincere feelings. He knows everything, you know, what we are going through. And so there is no need for us to actually, as long as we are, you know, we just sincerely follow the path, sincerely follow Prabhupada's instructions, our Guru's instructions. And we are happy, you know, it might, of course, sometimes it's very difficult. Things are very challenging, and we are always being tested. Every time we are being tested, you know. One might think, oh, I'm now in Krishna consciousness, so everything should be smooth. Why is Krishna not helping me? But it's not always like that. Actually, you'll find that there are more challenges sometimes, you know. But the funny thing is, those challenges, through reading our books and everything, when we are put through those challenges, we realize that we are being put through a challenge. If we are not in Krishna consciousness, many times we don't even know that we are being, you know, troubled or whatever. We just think, oh yeah, this is life or whatever, you know. I just feel, you know, without Krishna consciousness, actually, we are in a lot of ignorance. And constantly in the mode of ignorance, sometimes in the mode of passion, but never in the mode of goodness. Only when you come into the mode of goodness, you can actually see where you are at. And from there, then you can work your way to mode of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, isn't it? So,
My
yeah.
mom always says to me,
Hmm.
oh, Krishna tests you so much. Like
Yeah.
she'll, like, just little things will happen. She'd be like, that's Krishna testing you.
Yeah.
And so
That's amazing that she says like that.
Yeah, she sees it in my life constantly, and she'll remind me, that Krishna is testing us at times as well, and
Yeah.
it helps.
Yeah. 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 So you're in India, are you, Deepa?
No, no, no. Tomorrow is supposed to be departure, but it's, I was saying in the start that it's been it has been a very challenging process that I sometimes I think that I'm wondering, is Krishna testing me, that whether my sincerity in going, or does he not want me there? I don't know. It's just been one challenge after another. It's even right now, I don't know. Everything is now finally all organized, but my husband is in the hospital at the moment, blood transfusion. He's supposed to be, we are all leaving together. He's going home trip and all this. But if he doesn't, if for any reason they say they advise not to go, then I don't know. It's just a big, yeah, that I don't want to go if he's not traveling either. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. Is Krishna testing me? Like, will you still come for me despite? I don't know what it is. I'm
But
just so
that's not,
confused. I'm so
but
confused.
I don't think that's the right way to look at that's well.
Mm,
I think when you're in a family, your first duty is towards your husband and your
yeah.
children,
Mm,
and that's as per the Shastra as well. You
mm,
cannot leave them in the lurch and run away. Um, I mean, if he's going and he's gone somewhere else, and anyway, you're on your own in Australia, where okay, then you go
mm,
to India, you continue with your plans. But however, if he's not going, and he may not really need you here, but that doesn't mean, because it's a very difficult situation, it's best that you are with him.
mm.
Um, I'll share a story here. It's from I think it comes in the Mahabharata. This is the story of Savitri and Satyavan.
Hmm.
So in that, it talks about um, the duty bound love that
And somebody's in
Savitri,
the waiting. Ah, there.
yeah, yeah, the duty bound love that Savitri had for Satyavan. Okay. So the story is that Savitri is this very beautiful princess,
Mm-hmm.
and there's Satyavan, who's a great prince, but somehow his parents, Satyavan's parents, are exiled. So Satyavan and his parents are living in the forest. And one time, Savitri is traveling in some chariot through that forest, and she happens to see him, and she falls in love with him. So, and she is of marriageable age, and so her father wants to marry her off to a nice prince, stately king. But then she reveals her mind about seeing this person in the forest. And I think Sage Narada comes there at that time, and he says, "Oh, yeah, that's Satyavan. He's a very nice person, but he's been exiled and he's just living in the forest." But she's very adamant, and she says she wants to marry him. And then Narada Muni says that, but you have to be aware that exactly one day from the date of his marriage, he will die.
Oh. Mm.
So she's like, it's okay. I'll still marry him. So, well, her father also, reluctantly agrees because she's the only daughter or something. So he's very attached to her. And there's, a big ceremony. They get married. And because he's in the forest, then she goes to live in the forest. And then but for her, every day, he doesn't know. So she knows. And every day, one day less, closer to his death, right?
Mm.
So she's counting the days, oh, okay, he's getting closer to his death. And they are having a nice time together, but she's always,
She is aware of.
yeah, aware. And people say, there's something haunting you. It's like something's haunting you. And she doesn't tell anybody anything. And then the day before he's supposed to die, they go to the he's going to go to the forest to chop wood for the firewood. And she says, I'll come with you. So he's very surprised. Why are you coming with me? So she says, no, I want to come with you. So he says, okay, fine. And so she also goes with him, and she's constantly watching him, what's happening like that, constantly watching him. And then sure enough, they're having a nice time. He's very happy anyway, but she's like tensed. And then at some stage, uh, something happens to him, and he says, I'm not feeling well. There's something not right. And then he just falls unconscious. And then she's like really terrified, that okay, the time has come. And she's got him in her lap and trying to talk to him and wake him up, but nothing's happening. And then on a buffalo arrives Yamaraj, god of death. So he says, I've come to take Satyavan's soul. So she then says, oh, you're the god of death. I can't really stop you from taking him. So he says, yeah, okay, so this is it. And then he's got a noose. So he takes the soul in his noose and he's going. And she starts following Yamaraj. So, and the tinkling of her ankle bells makes him realize that somebody's following. So he stops and turns around. And she's there. And he's like, what are you doing? And she says, I'm following my husband. So he's like, no, I'm taking him. He's dead. You can't follow your husband. So she says, no, but I'm going to follow him. So then he says, oh, you're very stubborn. So I'll give you 3 boons. Okay, because you are so dutiful to your husband, I'll give you 3 boons. So then she says, no, actually, before that, she says, it said that, we've been, anybody who walks with another person for 10 steps, they become friends. So she says, we've been actually going together. So in that case, you're my friend. So Yamaraj smiles and he says, you're very clever. I'll give you 3 boons. So then she says, okay. So she says, okay, for the Oh, and by the way, the Satyavan's parents are blind. Okay, so and that's how they get exiled or something happens like that. I don't remember the exact scenario why they get exiled, but so she says that okay, for I want my in-laws to get their sight back. So that's one boon. The second boon is I want them to get their kingdom back. And then for the third boon, I want to be blessed with, I think she says 100 sons. So Yamraj says, okay, tatastu. Yes, so be it for everything. And then he turns around and he starts going with Satyavan's soul. And she continues to follow him. And then Yamraj is like, now what's the problem? I've given you your boons. Why are you coming after me still? You can't come. And she says, well, you gave me a boon that I can have 100 sons, but without a husband, how will I have sons? So then he just starts laughing and he says, okay, you're too clever for me. I'll return Satyavan to you. And so then he returns Satyavan's soul and she runs back to Satyavan's body because she thanks him and then she just runs back to see if he's alive. And then he's just kind of coming up as though he was asleep, And then, of course, they go back and they find that the one messenger from the kingdom has come saying your kingdom has been returned. The parents can see. So everything works out well. But the reason I was telling you the story is, the duty of a wife, or the duty of a daughter, the duty of, I mean, more than daughter, it's of a son, because usually the daughter just goes to the in-laws place. So still the daughter-in-law, the duty of a daughter-in-law. All these are very, very important and high, duty of a wife. All these are considered very important. I mean, in today's day and age, these things are not seen in a very high regard. And unfortunately, even amongst devotees, the way things are promoted sometimes are like, oh, if you are, if you're not, for instance, oh, you're not going to Vrindavan for Kartik, that's most important. No, I mean, that's not how I see it from the scriptures, You have to measure up what's most important, what's your duty. So you can't run away from the duty. And that's why I feel that if your husband's not going, you're better off staying back.
That's kind of what I am also thinking. If he's going, and I think he will, because he's quite single-minded.
Yeah.
Then I will go, because he's not here, and so I will go. But if he doesn't, for any reason, if he ends up not going, then I was already thinking that I will then also stay back. Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the purpose.
Gulshan, come back.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm sitting like that alone, so I just understand a little bit to move, legs.
Malas disappeared.
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll read the purport,
Yeah.
So as stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So do you know which statement this is in the Brahma Samhita?
No.
It continues, no one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Bhaktivala, I was just saying, do you know which verse in the Brahma Samhita states Lord Krishna is the supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He's the cause of all causes.
I've only tried to read it once, and it was too advanced for me, so I haven't tried.
Okay. All right. I know the translation and all is quite high English, right? Yeah. Okay, anyway, this is the first statement in the Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha Nadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Ishvara Paramakrishna. Ishvara, the Supreme Controller. Parama, foremost. Krishna. So Krishna is the foremost Supreme Controller. So he is the Supreme Controller. And then Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes, like Prabhupada mentions in the purport here. He is the cause of all causes. Anadir Adir Govinda. He has no beginning, no end. And then Ishvara Paramakrishna Nadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Oh no, that was the last one. What is the second one then? Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Sachidananda. Okay, so eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. That is his form. So his form is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. So that is the first statement. And then Prabhupada here is saying, here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. So even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So what is the position of the so-called scholars of this tiny planet? So can you give some examples of demigods who could not understand Krishna?
Indra.
Very good. What was that story about?
Well, he was just keep putting the rain in there. He don't know that Krishna was Supreme Personality and that Krishna saved it. 7 days on the pinky to hold in that like that, and then he just come down and apologize, and he said, "I was idiot. I'm sorry." And then Krishna says, "Yes, you were idiot, but now you're okay." He says, "Sorry." Krishna very merciful, so he is very always forgive you if you do anything wrong. But as long as you come to the Sharanagati, surrender to Krishna, and then he will, merciful. And he said, okay, that's fine, Gulshan. Go back to read the next one.
So that's the Govardhan Leela. No? So that's the part of the Govardhan Leela. And then who else was there? There was one more example we know.
What Abhay Prabhu said was Krishna gave Mother Yasoda forgetfulness so that she can be mother to him.
She didn't understand that Krishna was Supreme Personality of Godhead because...
so it's mentioned that, so Krishna through Yoga Maya, so one of his internal energies, he puts people in forgetfulness, bewilderment. He bewilders them. So they don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because if somebody knows that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what kind of relationship you might have with them, you'll just go into awe and reverence. Actually, there's that pastime with Yashodama where Krishna is eating dirt. You know that one where then she looks into his mouth and sees herself looking into Krishna's mouth. And his mouth has all got so many universes and all. And then like that so many times again and again, and she's looking. And then she just thinks, oh, what was that? Oh no, maybe I was just crazy, something like that, you know. So if she then thinks that, oh, this is the Supreme Lord, then immediately her whole love for him will turn into awe and reverence. The loving propensity will not be there, you know. So it'll be more out of respect, more out of fear. So then that loving exchange is gone, isn't it? So, but there was another example I was thinking of, and that was Brahma.
So that means like we know the Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we can't really love that. Then our love cannot be the same. Then, like, how can you love him?
No,
it's different kind of relationship.
See,
we cannot be
but that's
having.
how. But we know that there are those 5 different relationships, right? Shantaras,
Dasyaras, and then
Dasyaras, yeah. So Vatsalya, yeah. So like that, you can have 5 different relationships.
But once you
But
know
for
he's the
that,
Supreme Personality of Godhead, then you cannot be any rasa like Vatsalya, Shantya, or Sakya and all, because you know he is the Supreme Personality of
but
Godhead.
Shantaras is one of awe and reverence. When you have somebody as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, you can be in Shantaras also. It's not that you can't be. You're more likely to be in the Shanta and Dasya. Going into Vatsalya, Madhurya, what's the other one? There's one more.
Sakha.
Oh, Sakya. Yeah, Sakya.
Yeah.
So the
Like,
friend.
if it'll be not knowing is better. If you're knowing, it's just like if I'm a friend and I've got a friend there, and if I know the friend is a Krishna, I'll be like, that's it, I'm surrender. If I don't know that, I'll be treated like a friend. Oh, come on, man, come on, have here, come and sit here.
But
I'll
see,
sit on their
that's what
lap and
happened. But actually, that's what happened when you come to 11th chapter, you'll know. When Krishna shows Arjuna his universal
the
form,
universal form,
yeah,
but
Arjuna also
it's not
freaks
the
out.
but it's better not to show the universal form, and then it'll be a good match.
Yeah, but
And
yeah, but
universal
I
form, you surrender.
think,
Oh my
but
God.
see, but not I think, but the fact is that when Krishna showed the universal form, it was not only for Arjuna's benefit, it was actually for the benefit for everybody else to realize that Krishna is not an ordinary person, right?
Yeah.
But Arjuna also then realizes, oh my God, my friend can do all this.
Yeah.
You know, so he's getting a bit
What kind of
upset.
friend
But
is he? Yes.
yeah, but because of that, then he ultimately surrenders also.
Yeah.
He then says, okay, Shishya Seham, what was that? I forget. Anyway, he just says, okay, I'm now your student. You tell me and I will do as per what you say. I'll carry out your wish. You know?
So before that, he has a Sakha Bhav, and then it's changed when he's seen the Virat Rupa.
But then it goes back to Sakha only.
Oh,
For a
you're
moment,
confusing
it
me.
changes.
Oh, okay. And then he changed that his mind. Okay.
It happens to us as well, actually, you know. Sometimes you'll come to know, say, somebody very close to you. I mean, we probably have not had that situation, but you suddenly come to know, oh, this person is really mighty powerful, and but he's your friend. But you won't always then say you've always
Change your.
been their big friend of theirs, and suddenly you've come to know that they are like some billionaire, whatever, okay? Very powerful person. But they are always treating you also as a very close
But
friend.
your attitude changes. If you had a one night a dream and the Krishna says, I am in Abhicharan Das, your concept will be changed next day completely. You will be treating Abhicharan differently. Definitely. If you find out Krishna came in Abhicharan Das, your Sakya Bhav, Vatsalya, whatever there's gone. Even if my friend is just if I find out that he's a very millionaire, I will talk to him differently. Before that, I say, come on, mate. But after that, my prospect, my thoughts will change. I will be very careful
Just
before I
1
say
minute. I gotta
anything.
plug in this laptop. Just 1 minute.
Plug
It's
it
going.
in, plug it in.
You are forever joking like you.
Yes, of course. I born with this particular some nature.
Mm.
If I be serious, that means I'm going against Krishna. Krishna is
Against
regarding my nature
nature.
as a joker. Krishna says, Gulshan, your nature is a joker. If I change my nature, it means my against Krishna. Against Krishna, I've got no chance to win.
No, no,
You,
I
you, you
think
believe?
I think that question you'll have to ask Abhay Prabhu then. He's probably got a better way of answering it.
Yeah, but no, Deepa says that you are very joker nature because I think Krishna gave me a nature of joker. And if I be serious, that means I'm going against Krishna. If I go against Krishna, I will not understand anything. So I have to go whatever the Krishna give me the nature with. I have to be joke around because that's what the Krishna gave me nature. You think so?
Yeah.
If I'll go against Krishna, oh, no chance. No chance. Even Karna.
See,
Karna
as
was
long
very
as
powerful.
even through your joking nature, you are able to
Understand Krishna?
bring people, and you yourself are able to understand Krishna and bring people closer to Krishna.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, in my car that they ask him to come to Bhakti Tree anytime. This is my favorite line. I say, anytime you feel lazy to cook, just come to Bhakti Tree, $10, $15 meal. And this vegetarian, every doctor say eat vegetable. That's what is sell vegetable. You can't go wrong with the vegetable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then with the flap, if you flip it over, you can go to Cessnock. And a lot of people they come there and then they look at the books as well. And that's initially, and they had his foot on the door, and the rest Jagannath is there. When the foot in the door,
Yeah.
Jagannath right there. He's like, okay, fine with
Yeah.
that. Come on in. Today,
Oh,
tomorrow they
can
will
you
come.
do me a favor actually? Do they
Yes.
still have that write up about Jagannath right in front of the Jagannath?
Should be.
You know,
What is it?
when we were there, we had put up a write up
There
about
was a
Jagannath.
sign. Yeah.
There was a
Yes, yes,
sign
yes,
about
yes,
Jagannath.
yes.
Is it still there?
Yes. You know what? I tell you, Mataji, we have got a Jagannath picture on the wall where the driveway is. Everyone drive, you can see the big picture of Jagannath on the side wall.
Oh, that's great.
You know the driveway was there?
Yeah,
Yes.
that.
Yeah, and
Well,
the big
actually,
wall.
yeah, because Jayashree had always wanted to have some painting on there. Yeah, so oh,
So
good that they put that
Jagannath
there.
big, like a 10 feet Jagannath picture is there.
Who
Anyone?
made that?
I don't know,
Oh,
but I've seen that. But
oh, that's
but
nice.
there's no Balaram and Subhadra, only Jagannath.
That's okay because
That's okay,
Jagannath's
but
there and
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
So
But
and
I
he
was
was
just saying I didn't look on my laptop, but I mean my files from Bhakti Tree, some of the files I had, my personal files. But I was just thinking I'd like to see get a copy of that write up. So if you can take a picture of it and send it back to me, because I was that day I was just thinking, oh, what did I write? I had some vague ideas about what I'd written, but I just wanted to see it. I know for a fact that I'd written about the juggernaut word coming from.
On 28th of October, Rama Swami coming there and then preaching in Kirtan. Why don't you come there and take a picture and then have it attend the Kirtan?
No, I'm asking you for doing some work. Don't
Yeah, but
fob me off.
I'm asking you to come over to attend the Kirtan from Rama Swami. It's an association, and then you can take a picture, and then that's you can see the big on the wall as well, Jagannath outside on driveway.
That also you send photo.
Yeah, but
yes, these things you should put on Facebook. No, you have a Facebook page. You should put that Jagannath photo of Facebook on the side of the.
Mataji, through me, Krishna will give you a Divya Chakshu to come and see that. Through me.
Why through you?
Because he can't come by himself with a flute. He said, okay, through Gulshan. Okay, Gulshan will tell Mataji, and Mataji will come and have a darshan. And then
okay, you send me the ticket, I'll come.
I'm homeless. How can I send a ticket?
That's a good one.
Van. Yeah, I live in my van. What chance do I have that? Ask Krishna. Krishna will arrange everything.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you believe in Krishna? He'll arrange everything.
You're not
All you have to
homeless. Your van is the home.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I'm homeless. Like other day I went there, Bhakti Mala sitting there, and Mahasevak wife, he's a homeless coming. I said, this is my home. Yeah, he said, you're homeless. Yeah, come and eat something. So that's okay. No, that's okay. That's just a talking. And yeah, I'll send you the picture on when I go there next. I'll send you the
Yeah,
picture.
and
That's
send
okay.
me that write-up also.
I'll send you the
picture
wall
of the-
picture as well, the new wall, the coming out
Yeah,
on
that'll be
the
nice.
driveway.
Yeah.
I'll send you
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And also the
Wonderful.
write-up, I'm saying.
What is
The
it?
write-up
The
in
right.
front of Jagannath.
Yeah. I'll send you the photo. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
wonderful.
it's
That would
already
be great.
6:42. I think I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
You
Thank
guys can
Hare
read the
Krishna.
purport next time. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Next
Hare
time.
Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
And all the
Hare
best,
Krishna.
Deepa.
Thank you.
Hare
Thanks for the story and everything.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So if you go to India, have a great trip.
Thank
Pray
you.
for us as well. And all the best with Ben also.
Yeah, I mean, as we say, the good days and not so good days. I don't say bad days. It's good, not so. It's we just roll with the punches. He's fine. But last night, our doctor friends, they came, and then they know we are traveling, and this is like just a precautionary. They say just because he did have low blood count just about a month back. Very low blood count. Then they gave him how many pints? I think 5